The most unique thing about being principal at Brevard Virtual is that most of my staff and most of my students I don't see on a daily basis. And so it is connecting with them through virtual means, doing a lot of one-on-one conversations. I do have group meetings and things like that, but for the most part, most of the contacts that we have are one-on-one, sometimes in small groups, but our kids are at home, my teachers are at home. A typical day consists of the student working with their parent or what we call their learning coach at home to really map out what their day is going to look like. They have a lot of flexibility in their time, so there isn't a bell that rings that tells them they have to start at a certain time or a bell that rings that says that you have to move from language arts to history. But they do have basically a routine that they're going to follow each day. They get logged in, they check in for their attendance, they look at announcements, and then they move into their courses, and they get to choose what order of the courses they want to work in. They get to move from one course to the next. The content is all delivered for them online, but they'll have interactions with their teachers as well. So they may need to talk with one of their teachers, so they might call them or text them or email them, or their teacher might have an online session scheduled for the day. The teachers at Brevard Virtual are Brevard Public School teachers. They're all full-time with Brevard Virtual School, so they're not teaching part of their day at another school and then only working in the evenings with us. They are full-time Brevard Virtual School teachers. They work with their students through remote means like Zoom classrooms, but also over the phone, via text message, through our internal email system. And one of the nice things about our program is that we also incorporate face-to-face activities. So the students can come and actually meet their teachers in person. But they're all excellent teachers that are here local in the district, which is why they're able to come face-to-face and work with their students. And they're awesome people. They love kids. They love working in this virtual environment. They chose to work in virtual school, and they are just creative people who enjoy teaching their subject area, getting to know their kids, and doing it in a non-traditional way. We serve three main groups of students. We have our full-time public school virtual students. Then we have our part-time or flex students, and we have our home education students. So we work with all three groups, and our home education families, sometimes they like to have a little bit more flexibility. They want face-to-face activities to be optional. Maybe they want to teach their children certain subjects at home, but use us for other subjects. And so we work really well with our home education families. We help them to make sure that they're progressing through the content in the correct way. And the experience that that family gets with our teachers is the same. It's not a shorter program. It's not a smaller, less robust program. It is the same interaction, the same content, the same level of support as any other student. But with that home education designation, the parent gets to make some of the decisions, and we can help them with that. And we have two main programs that we use to support our home education students. We have a flex program, and we have what we call our homeschool Eagles, which gives them a little bit more structure and support. The parent involvement, the guardian involvement it's key. We can't do this without their help. It's a true partnership. I oftentimes say that they're the boots on the ground. They're the eyes and ears in the house to help us to make sure that their students having a good experience. So we ask that every student have what's called a learning coach, and that is a responsible adult who can make sure that the student is getting the support they need, make sure that they have that structure, that routine. That can be a parent or guardian, but it also can be another family member, a grandparent, an aunt, an uncle. But it's really important that the student has the proper support at home to be in our full-time program, because we're not there with them every day. And so the parent or guardian or the learning coach is that partner for us. We communicate with our families through traditional means like emails and phone calls, but because we're virtual school, everything we do is pretty transparent. Our families have what are called parent guardian accounts, and it is the exact same thing as their student account, but it's view only. So they can see every single thing their child is doing, every assignment that's turned in, when it's turned in, what was turned in. The feedback from the teacher, the grade, the minute the grade is posted, the parent can see it. They can see the emails sent to and from their student, from their teachers. It's a very transparent system, and it's designed to make sure that they have all the information they need to support their student, and that's why they're so key to their success. We've always had a few clubs in place, but next year we're going to be launching quite a few different opportunities for our students. Our clubs do combine in-person and online activities. We want to make sure that our kids who might have limitations with transportation can still be involved, but at the same time we know it's important for kids to be with other kids and in person. So our clubs and activities will include that. We're launching a service club. We will have an honor society at the elementary, middle school, and high school level. We're going to have an online TV production kind of a program, future problem solving. We're going to do an online talent show. We've got a lot of stuff that we're working on. The other thing is that our students who are in 7th through 12th grade can also participate in athletics at their local school as long as they meet the eligibility requirements like GPAs and tryouts and physicals. Brevard Virtual is special because of the people. It really is. The people make the difference. Quite a few folks have an impression that in virtual school you're disconnected from other people. You don't know your kids as well, you don't know your colleagues as well, but it's actually quite the opposite. An online curriculum, it's a computer program, it's an online curriculum, it's like a textbook. It just sits there. It doesn't do anything super special until you add a person in there. And so the people, the teachers that we have, the guidance counselors, and then on the other side of the computer are families. That's what makes it special. We have a community that we take very seriously, that we work really hard to make sure that our kids feel connected to one another. And we had some challenges with that this year with COVID, but we are ready to bring back all those things that really made a difference in our students' lives next year. And we're looking forward to incorporating those programs to get those kids back to feeling that sense of community. I would say the one thing to know about Brevard Virtual is that it was not a creation to meet the requirements or the needs of COVID. We've been around for a long time. We've actually completed our 10th year in the format of the program that we have right now. We actually had some previous versions of the program prior to that, but we're 10 years strong. We've had a long time to fix any kinds of gaps that we might have. We've had a long time to develop our programs and develop a really well-rounded program that can meet the needs of a lot of families. And so hopefully families who have found that they've enjoyed that distance learning that they've experienced with e-learning will give us a look. We're a little bit different, definitely, but we've got a great program with great people, and we're ready to get launched for the next school year.